Crypto presents exciting new opportunities for the investment-minded, but it's also volatile and accelerating in complexity. That's why we created Token Metrics, an intelligent crypto platform backed by an industry-leading combination of data, AI, and media that feeds optimized portfolios to crypto investors. Featuring Token Metrics ratings to help you find the best investment opportunities in real time, an indices page that showcases various model portfolios, and deep insights into price predictions and technical analysis. A dedicated NFT dashboard that evaluates NFT collections and assets by our machine learning algorithm to find the most profitable and secure NFTs across all available blockchains. Plus, with access to Token Metrics TV, monitor 24/7 exclusive crypto news and analysis. Whether you're a first-time trader or a seasoned crypto investor, you can stay informed and in control, backed by your all-in-one crypto companion, Token Metrics. Take control of crypto today at...
Hey, crypto family. Happy Friday. Welcome to Token Metrics Live. I'm your host, Balina. We have quite the show today. Hope you're all doing well. Let's see who was first on the stream. Iron Alien, what's up? Good to have you here. AZ Isra in the house. Suresh, good to have you here. Shola, yes, good to have you here. All right. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, put on alerts, tell a friend to tell a friend. We are live. Crypto family in the house. Token Metrics family in the house. Sorry, I was getting a call. All right, but definitely excited for this stream. Let's go ahead and pull up the Mentimeter. All right, yeah, so make sure to follow us on social. So the Menti code for the stream is 22696986. That's 22696986. Go to menti.com and post your questions. We'll do an AMA. Good to have you here, Jazzbit. All right, so let's move on here. All right, so let's actually hop straight into it. We're gonna begin straight with the trending coins of the week. Tell us what coins you like on this list. These are the most trending coins this week. We've got XRP, as usual, Pepe, Shiba Inu, Rocket Pool, Thorchain, and XDC Network. All right, so XRP, Pepe, Shiba Inu, Rocket Pool, Thorchain, XDC Network. Tell me what you think. So let me actually try this out. So I've posted all these coins on our chatbot, Token Metrics GPT. And by the way, we're still having the promotion where you get, go to tokenmetrics.com, use the coupon code TokenMetricsGPT. That's all caps, one word, no spaces, Tokenmetrics GPT to get 25% off of Tokenmetrics. So go there. So I put in this token. It's basically asking for short-term analysis. And basically it's telling me Thorchain has a TM to rate of over 87%. We've got XRP, 36%, Rocket Pool, 18%, XDC Network. We covered this last week on the crypto tier list, 68%, Shiba Inu, 87%, and Pepe, 33%. So basically, let's take out all the meme coins. The ones that jump out here are Shiba Inu and Thorchain and XDC Network, right? And then basically looking at all this, it gives us some more analysis. But the ones I really want to look at, if we go to the individual token page, let's begin with XRP. People love XRP. The XRP army is always out and about. Looking at this, okay, so actually it looks like some of this number, I think this may have updated. But anyway, XRP, long-term, I'm not, actually, wow, long-term actually, XRP is getting better. Okay, I'll change my stance on long-term. But anyway, if we look at XRP, where it's going, it's currently at 62 cents. I want to really be trading this. It turned bullish here, but hasn't really done anything since the XRP news versus the SEC. Now, the SEC did announce they do plan to appeal the XRP judgment by the judge in the lawsuit. And long-term, I still think XRP will win. I think it'll be a big win for the space. Would I trade this right now? Not really. I think the market, even though it's still in the bear market, if we go here to the market page, we're still technically in a bearish trend. there's still been alpha out there. Rollbit has been doing well. And then if you're a customer on the premium webinar, I covered a project that we think is very, very interesting under 10 million market cap on public markets that we think can potentially be one of the big winners for next cycle. Potentially 50x, 100x, but we'll have more research coming out on the research side for our customers. Okay, but anyway, we're still in Bitcoin season, but we do notice here, if we zoom in, more capital is flowing from Bitcoin into alts. We're not full on in altcoin season just yet. However, capital is flowing, and that's something to pay attention to. As we get closer to the Bitcoin halving, this is definitely something to keep an eye on. And a coin we've covered lots of times, Rollbit, is actually trending. I'm surprised it's not really on the trending coins of the week, but Rollbit has been printing money, basically. Now, if we go to ThorChain, this is actually 87%. It's a strong buy, which is good. FTV 540 million. Looking at the trading indicator, it just turned bullish recently. So actually, this is maybe one worth keeping or keeping an eye on for next week. And this signal has alpha, although not accurate about a third of the time, but definitely outperforms holding versus trading, right? So this is basically a 10x return over 11 trades if you follow this signal on our platform for ThorChain. So if this just turned bullish and it's a strong buy, I think this is probably the coin of the week. So going back here, right, in this whole list I mentioned, I would definitely agree with ThorChain. ThorChain seems like the coin of the week. Let's actually take a look at XDC. We covered this last week. Let's just see if there's any changes on XDC network. I believe it's also been doing pretty well. So it's up almost 14% in trader grade, almost at 70%. It's in the buy zone. It's up 106% in the last 1 month. And it turned bullish at July 17th at 3 cents. And it's basically gone all the way up to 7, now down to, yeah, basically it's at 6.5 cents. So it's done pretty well for a bearish market, but there have been lots of coins that are trending, right? So if we go back now to our question, what's your pick for trending coin of the week? I'm surprised XRP is still here. So I think people basically just love XRP and aren't really looking at the technicals. But I think based on the technicals, if I had to choose, I would definitely not really go with the meme coins, right? If we actually, Pepe didn't have a good trader grade, but if we go to Shiba Inu, let's take a look at that one. Shiba Inu is a strong buy as well, actually. Over 10 billion FTV. It turned bullish basically July 15th. And it's been moving. But at a $10 billion FTV, I would rather go with ThorChain in terms of just more upside. Right? So that's my coin of the week. But let's see what people have to say in the comments. Hey, everybody, good to have you here. Leave the questions for the AMA. I'll get to the questions towards the end with the AMA. All right, so that is the winner. So people think XRP, although this is one of the rare times where I will disagree with the people and say I think ThorChain has more upside. All right, so let's now do a price prediction. So people have always been asking, what do we think of Chainlink? Where is it going between now and next cycle? So let's do a long-term price prediction on Chainlink. So let me pull up the page here. So I'll go to Tokenmetrics, go to Chainlink. It's currently at $7.45. And I'm going to the investor grade. So investor grade is in the buy at 67%. FTV is basically 7.5 billion, with about 54% of the tokens liquid at a $4 billion market cap. All right, so if we actually look at market cap here, it has a market dominance of 0.33%. And so basically 1/3% of the market is Chainlink. Now, if we think the total crypto market cap is going to 5 trillion on average, right? Let's say it's going from 1 trillion to 5 trillion by the top of the bull run, which we think is going to be, for now, summer 2025, because historically speaking, Bitcoin has always had about 16 months of a bull run after a Bitcoin halving, which is slated to happen April next year in 2024. So if we go here, 5 trillion, that basically, if Chainlink just stays where it is in current market dominance, that basically means Chainlink is going to be at about $31, right? So just doing the quick math with that on my calculator here, that's basically giving us, 7.5. That's basically a 3x. So not the greatest. 3x return. Is that something you want? That's if Chainlink just stays where it is. If it just maintains its market share, its market dominance. Now, obviously, Chainlink is not trying to expand. They're basically growing cross-chain. And let's say you're very, very bullish on Chainlink, and that happens. Where will Chainlink go, right? Let's say it's able to go from, because currently it's ranked 21st in market cap. Let's say it's able to climb that and actually gain more in market share. So let's say that it's at 0.5%, and basically $47, $46.50, right? That's going to give us minus, we said what, 7.45, about 5x. Not the greatest either. Now let's say you're permeable. You think this is going to the moon and beyond, and it's going to $155 basically, right? Let's say it gets 1.66% market share. And let's say it goes to $155. So going from 745 to 155, right? So if we do that, and let me do the quick math, that's basically almost a 20x return on Chainlink. Now the question is, how realistic is that, right? So we have the bear case, the base case, and the moon case. Can Chainlink go to $155? So if we do that math, at $1 billion total supply in terms of tokens, let's actually do market cap for now. Well, actually, I'll do both FDV and market cap, right? So at $1 billion market cap, that would be $155 billion FTV. I mean, that's probably not probable, right? For perspective, currently, with crypto being at 1.22 trillion market cap, if we look purely at FDV, we've got Bitcoin at $615 billion FDV. So if Chainlink did $155 billion FDV, that would make it a top 3 coin, according to this. Now, obviously, the whole market will move, right? If it all does a 5x, and you've times these numbers by 5, well, I'll say let's keep things simple, time everything by 5, FDV-wise. That means Bitcoin would be, let's say what, like 3 trillion. So if Bitcoin is at 3 trillion, if Ethereum, let's say that Ethereum flipping does not happen, if Ethereum goes to basically $1 trillion in FDV, can Chainlink go to 155 billion? I would say, yeah, that's actually possible. That would basically make Chainlink a top 10 coin. Let me just check something, right? So let's say 13 billion times 5. That's basically making Chainlink a top 5 market cap coin, right? So let's say you're part of the Link army, the Link Marines, and you're super bullish on Chainlink, on Link, and you think the moon case is Chainlink is a top 5 coin market cap in FDV, right? Or in this case, FDV. That means you think Link can go to $155 or $150 if I go back to our scenario analysis on token metrics. So, I mean, now that's the moon case for a reason, right? So in terms of probabilities, I would say, let's say the bear case is, I don't know what, 30%. And let's say the base case is 60% chance or probability. I would say the moon case is probably 10% chance. Now, all these are just random numbers, not data-driven numbers. I'm just being subjective here with my own opinion. But let's say there's a 10% chance that Chainlink can go to that, right? If you think that's the moon case. But if that happens, I mean, the whole market would have to really make a move. And Chainlink would really have to outperform the market as a whole. Now, the question is, how likely is that to happen? So let's actually pull up their site here. And let's see what changes they have here, right? So basically, Chainlink connecting the world to blockchains. It's basically known as the Web3 Oracle, and they're the clear market leader. But in what world can Chainlink get to over $150 and to 150 billion FTV? They'll really have to innovate. And the question is, can they do that by going cross-chain? Now, I know they've been looking to improve cross-chain, change their tokenomics and everything. Let me see if there was the blog on this. Okay, so if we pull up the news here. Actually, sorry, what I want is, yeah, cross-chain by Chainlink, right? So they call this CCIP. The era of secure blockchain interoperability has arrived, is what they're claiming. Here you have this logo of basically them talking to Ethereum, Arbitrum, Polygon, and Avalanche and Optimism, right? And they're claiming basically this will be, sorry, let me just bring this here, right? Simplified token transfers, reliable transaction execution, scalable architecture. Now, I'm not sure how bullish I am on this, but I know Chainlink has a lot of capital. They've been around since the beginning, basically. For those of you who've been with me since the beginning, you know I was an early investor in Chainlink back in 2016 in the private sale. Now, I unfortunately did not hold that long. However, it's good to see that they're still around. It's good to see that our research was still pretty good, and it's been here for a while. And the question is, though, can they really get to top 5 market cap? If that happens, I think they definitely will have to become the market leader when it comes to on-chain oracles, but also cross-chain. That's something that I would have to do a deeper dive in, but I do think they have the resources and the capacity to potentially do that. If we actually go to DeFi Llama, let's see how Chainlink is faring so far. Okay, so not sure why it's not showing TVL here. I guess just for oracles. Actually, let me do. I guess so. Actually, it's not. I have to look deeper into this. But anyway, let's actually compare the whole sector here. Or it's competitors. So if we go to CoinGecko, go to link, and what I'm looking for is, let's look at infrastructure projects. And yeah, that's the main thing I want to look at. So as of today, Chainlink is basically, in terms of FTV, third in FTV. Now, I would ignore V Systems. This seems like some kind of Ponzi or something. Well, not Ponzi, but high float project. Filecoin, not the best tokenomics. So out of all these large caps, it does have the most reasonable tokenomics. If we go purely based on market cap, Chainlink is still the clear leader in terms of infrastructure projects. It's the blue chip of infrastructure projects. Now, the question is, does Chainlink make more sense over Bitcoin? Does Chainlink make more sense over other large caps? So if you're looking purely at large caps, I think Chainlink could be a viable choice, because you're not really investing in Chainlink for the 100x. I'm sorry, right? Because that's improbable. You're investing in Chainlink because you want something that's nice and steady, that's safe, that's not going to be a local. Top 20 market cap project that could. From that perspective, Chainlink actually does make sense, especially if they have all these new products coming out to go cross-chain and truly become part of the big narrative of chain and multiverse or multi-chains. I think that is possible, right? But if we go purely based on its competitors, what I want is actually, let me go back here. If we're looking purely at its competitors, how likely is that, right? Currently, it's 21st in market cap. Can it surpass and jump ahead of all these? Like, I don't even know why Litecoin is still top 14 market cap. It's been around forever, but it's not necessarily the greatest. Tron, same thing. Now, I think Polygon, very bullish on Polygon. I think Polygon can be top 10, top 5. I would not be surprised if Polygon, Solana, like, let me just go through these tokens, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum. I think eventually ETH will flip Bitcoin. So it'll be ETH, Bitcoin. BNB is going to be around for a while. I don't think they're going down despite all the lawsuits and the FUD. XRP, Cardano, Doge. Solana, I think, will surpass Cardano. Same thing with Polygon. Polkadot, yeah, possibly. Yeah, but I would say my perspective is Chainlink definitely top 15, maybe top 10. That's $7.50. If crypto goes to 5 trillion market cap, $47, 20x. So that's my take. Let me know what you guys think. Let me check the chat and see how we're doing. All right. So with that being said, let's now segue to the next part of the stream. People ask me for price predictions for Rollbit. Maybe later. I'm not sure if we have time for that on the stream. Okay, let's go straight to the AMA. All right, so go here and let us know what you think, which questions you want us to answer. Any new investments or projects on the watch list for Tokenmetrics Fund? Hope you're enjoying the summer. Yes, we shared that with a customer on the webinar. If you're a customer, I highly recommend, if you're a premium customer, I highly recommend you join the premium webinar to get all this alpha we have available. I think this week's stream was literally the most alpha, well, not stream, but webinar was probably the most alpha webinar we've had. We had basically, first of all, Rollbit has been doing well, but we found a project that are funded invest in that we think can be a 100x project. It's under $10 million FTV on public markets that we shared with our customers. Now, if you're not a premium customer, we'll have the report out on our research site, which anybody can go to. So let me actually pull this up here. So we'll have the official research out on this project, but very, very bullish on this project. That's research.tokenmetrics.com. And so go here for all the alpha. But yeah, I mean, so I can't really mention much on the stream, unfortunately, because I want to be fair to our customers. But stay tuned. Stay tuned. Can Akash network go to $100 billion based on your market dominance formula? Thanks. Okay, Akash. All right, so let's do the same thing. So we're going to do a price prediction on Akash network. It's a decent project. I think it scored like 70% in code review. So right now, actually, trader grade is very high. It's in a strong buy, up 6%. Investor grade also in buy. So very low. All right, current market cap actually makes this math easier. And tokenomics are good. Basically, almost all the tokens out there, I'm guessing it's one of those mining projects. FTV is under 400 million. So this actually is looking pretty good. It's basically a 4x at going to $4. So slightly better than Chainlink by 1x. Right now, let's say it does a lot better than that. Let's say because this is a low cap altcoin, it has a higher chance of outperforming the market as a whole. Let's say the base case is it goes to like $8. That's basically an 8x. Right now, let's say the moon case is it goes to $41. That's like a 40x. basically 31x return. So that's not bad. That's not too shabby, all right? So if it does that, if it goes to dollars, the FDV is going to be, let's just assume the total supply is the same. I'm going to put that in here. That's basically 8.8 billion FDV. Okay, so that's reasonable. Now let's say for some reason it just takes off because of, I don't know, big narrative, AI, cloud computing, and all that, because I think people have mentioned how this kind of competes with render. If it goes to $431, that's a 400x return. All right, that basically means it would get 1.81% market dominance. Now, for perspective, if we go back, let's pick some large cap. Let's pick like Solana, right? So Solana, I go to investor and scenario analysis, has a 0.8% market dominance, right? If we do XRP, XRP has basically 2.75% market dominance. So for comparison, if we're saying Akash network is going to 1.81%, I mean, that's basically saying it's basically a top 20 project market cap. If that's the moon case, right? If you're super bullish on Akash network, right? Let's actually do Polygon. The market dominance. Now, I know I'm kind of mixing the two up, market dominance or market cap and FDV, but I think FDV is just easier and more accurate. Yeah, Polygon is just about 0.5% market dominance. So is basically Akash network gonna surpass Polygon in market dominance? I don't know about that, right? Obviously, that's going to be very challenging. Now, obviously, all this can also change if crypto just goes super parabolic and market cap goes from $1 trillion, not to 5 trillion, but 10 trillion. Then basically double all these ROIs, right? But that could, I don't know how feasible that is. I think 5 trillion is more probable. I think that's the base case, right? Bear case 3 trillion, base case 5 trillion, moon case 10 trillion. So basically, we're looking at, I think, to be fair, by summer 2025, I think Akash could anywhere from 7x to 40x is what I think would be reasonable. Anything above that is basically gravy, is cherry on top. Now, it could happen. Obviously, it is crypto. Anything is possible. If we come to the site, it says sovereign infrastructure that scales, open source super cloud that lets users buy and sell computing resources securely and efficiently. Right? So basically, if you think of the cloud and cloud computing, and if you think this is really going to be one of the big leaders of the space, actually, let me see if we can get any on-chain data for this. So I don't think they had on-chain data for Akash. No, they do not. Let's try a different site. Let's try Dune Analytics. I wonder if they have any dashboards on Akash. They do not. Oh, is this it? AKT? Okay, yeah, this dashboard is empty. Let's try something. Akash Network Analytics. Okay, I'm not really seeing much here on that. But I mean, in terms of how this is going to fare versus its competition, all right, so we'll go here to Akash. It's only 151 in market cap, right? So the moon case is it goes to top 20 market cap. Okay, and they don't have many. All right, so if this is this the AI play? Is this the Cosmos play? Obviously, we're bullish on the Cosmos ecosystem. But we're looking purely at AI tokens, right? In terms of FDV, the biggest ones are BitTensor. Good project, great tech, but tokenomics is not the greatest. We've done a code review on this on our site. It's currently at 1.4 billion FDV. We got Render slightly under 900 million, Ocean Protocol under 500 million, Akash under 400 million, right? If you go by market cap, Render is the biggest, Singularity, then Akash. So basically, if you're very bullish on the whole AI space, Render is a potential token in the space to add to a portfolio. But the ones we like here, I mean, we like Render. We do have that in our portfolio on the fund. Akash, I don't believe we do. Fetch we used to have, but we got out of it. Ocean we have. But I mean, those really are the tokens right now in terms of AI. But that's basically the price prediction thing. Potentially, Akash Mooncase goes to 40x. It goes to, we said what, $41? That's the price prediction. Let's see here. CKB, is it a shitcoin? CKB is not a shitcoin. It is legit. We have looked into it. We actually had it in a portfolio, but we had to maybe this is a different nervous network, different one. Let me just double check. Let me close all these other. Actually, no, yeah, this is a different one. But this was a different Chinese project, or Asian project we had covered. But okay, I'll do CKB real quick, right? So looking at our platform, trader grade is in a strong buy, up over 60% on trader grade, which is actually very good. Let me go back to the trading signal. It did turn bullish August 7th. But if we go to the long term, because we're trying to do a long-term price prediction for summer 2025, it's also in the buy, 70%. But if we go to scenario analysis, right? So it's currently 0.01% market dominance, market cap of 100 million, basically. So actually not bad. So not getting a total supply number. So we'll use market cap, keep it easy. Crypto goes to 5 trillion market cap by summer 2025. Because it's a very low market cap, it's going to have more upside. So I'm going to be a lot more aggressive with the forecasts than I would with a Chainlink, because that's the top 20 market cap. So let's say it goes to 5 trillion. It's currently at 0.003 cents, right? So let's say it goes to, let's say this is the bear case, 0.01. So let me do this math real quick. So we're basically looking at a 5x as the bear case. If it goes from 0.01% market, current dominance to 0.01, basically is that coming out right? Hold on. Why is that? I'm not sure what's going on here, but anyway, we're looking at basically about a 5x. I guess, yeah, because this is rounding or not showing all the decimals. But basically, yeah, if we do that, let's say it goes here. It goes to 0.04%. Basically looking at the base case of a 20x, right? And I think the moon case would be 0.83% at $1.25. I mean, this is obviously going to be a very high number at a 400x return. Now, I think this is a better way to kind of model this out, because this is a low cap. At $100 million market cap, if this starts moving, it's going to rip. I'm not giving this a fundamental or long-term value per se, but I'm saying the price prediction for a low-cap altcoin like CKB or Nervous Network, in terms of the bear case, the base case, and the moon case, has to be drastically different and higher than a large cap that's already top 20 market cap. So if you like this project, I think you're basically looking at the moon case, 10% or less probability of happening. But if it does happen, this can do a 400x return, basically. And I think what we said about 20x as the base case, and then 5x as the bear case. So layer one built for modularity, built on risk V and secured by proof of work. Basically, layer one interoperable layer one. Do we have the list of? Okay, but I'll share this again with our team. I think we looked at this a while back, but definitely worth researching again. So let me actually check with our team. But I mean, if you like it and you're a perma-bull or you're super bullish, I would say 400x is your target. Right? So in terms of how you would play this is basically bear case. If it goes there, you either take profits or you double down. Right? If it's still early, I would say by summer 2025 is when you got to take most of your profits off the table. But let's say it's just summer 2024 and it's down to 5x, and we still have 12 months of a bull run because we're targeting summer 2025. I would say you double down. Not financial advice, but I would say if it was me, and I would double down, buy more. If it goes to the next target, buy more, right? Because you want to double down on the winners. You want to let the winners ride. So that's the strategy I would employ. But that's the price prediction for CKB. So thank you for that comment in the chat. All right, so let's go back to the AMA here. I'm hearing devs talk about Web3 blockchain games going fully on-chain using layer 3, such as Arbitrum, Nova. Any thoughts? Yeah, I mean, gaming is going to be a big space for, I think, the next cycle or the next bull run. Obviously, we've been looking at the space very actively. We have made 2 investments with TM Ventures in gaming. Our portfolio is public. Let me pull that up. Why is this not? So I'll just go to Ventures. Ventures.tokenmetrics. Cycle. I'm going to pull them up here. So we've got GameSwift, which is already doing well. It's done at 20x in a bear market. And the other is actually My Pet Hooligan, which has not actually been updated on our portfolio page yet. I think they're still fundraising and all that. But I would definitely keep an eye out on that. My Pet Hooligan. This is basically their website, their Twitter. So GameStop I've covered before on the stream. People thought I was pumping my bags. But I mean, alpha is alpha. It is what it is, right? So we got in at $12.5 million FTV in their, I believe, seed or pre-seed round. It's currently slightly under 200 million FTV. So it's done pretty much, it's done very well. And very bullish on this. And we think this can do even more in a bull run by summer 2025. I think this is going to be 100x. Right? I called it calling glass, calling bank, kind of like in basketball, but 100x, easy. Good tech. It's got like an 87% code review, 12 million FTV, basically. And it's already done more than a 10x in a bear market. And this is still way more undervalued than Immutable X. So in terms of gaming, and their biz dev is really good. It reminds me of Polygon. This is also a team from India. But if you just go to the Twitter or the Telegram, they're always putting out news, right? Let me remove all this stuff, right? But they're literally putting out news every single day of partnerships they're doing, right? So in terms of gaming, it's basically a ZK infrastructure project or blockchain for any devs that want to build better games. I'm not going to go into the technicals of it, but definitely I think worth watching. Just look at all these videos, right? These are games that are happening on Polygon and GameSwift. So if you're really into gaming, I think this is going to be a huge one. Right? Just looking at the game and the quality of partnerships they have. Basically says, yeah, you guys can just go to the site, just Google My Pet Hooligan. So this comes from an animation studio, I believe in LA. They also partnered with Polygon. Polygon is doing a lot of stuff in gaming, right? And the investors include Rfund, Polygon, Digital, Bitcraft, and others. But I think this is also a game to watch. They had NFT sales in the past, and they sold over, I think, 20K in NFTs, or 20K ETH in NFTs. Don't quote me on that. They do have a wait list here, but just they're already trending on social media, right? So we already know that they're going to do well once they launch, right? They have over 90,000 followers here on Twitter. And basically, yeah, just come here, check them out. These obviously are the two projects we're bullish on. Their FTV, I believe, was 25 million. They basically had two, so they're doing an extension round. But just look at the gameplay quality, right? So I think if you're bullish in gaming, I think gaming can definitely do well in terms of L3s, in terms of where it's happening, whether it's Arbitrum or chains building on Arbitrum. One of the chain that last cycle in the bear market had lots of gaming projects was Avalanche subnets. I would keep an eye out for that for gaming. But I think in terms of gaming, if we actually go to the whole sector here, right? So we've got a gaming, GameFi. The products, ApeCoin, although I sold most of my ApeCoin, I'm still bullish on their metaverse. That could be a huge narrative push for gaming. Axie, not so much. Maybe. Immutable X, good project. Tokenomics are getting better. I think they do compete with GameSwift, but GameSwift has a lower FTV and valuation, so there's more upside. And then we basically have all these other games, right? Now, basically, Immutable X is basically an LP for gaming, and kind of same with GameSwift. But those are the ones I'll be looking at. Now, in terms of layers 3s becoming the way for that, I think it has to be more than an L3. You have to have actual infrastructure, right? You have to have the tooling, almost like an SDK. All right, so if we go back to, like, let's kind of compare the two. So where do I want to go? I want to go to, did I close the tab? Like, we'll do GameSwift, right? Having just an L3 doesn't make sense. You have to have all the tools, a full suite to help you build games easily, more efficiently. And I think GameSwift is doing this, right? If you kind of go here and see everything they're doing. And then even the other competitor I mentioned, Immutable X, right? So if we pull up their page, right? So I think it has to be more than Jet. Right? So I don't think this on an Arbitrum L2, because you can do that, but you have to build all the suites around it, right? So let's say you use OP Stack or some other chain or Arbitrum. I think it's called, is it Nova or whatever it's called, for building other L3s. You then have to have other tools around that as well. Okay, so I think it's more than just having an L3. You have to have the right tools. Is API 3 a valid competitor to Chainlink? Not really, right? If we go to, let's try the chatbot. Let's try this question. Excuse me. Let's say compare Chainlink to API 3 in terms of long-term investing. Wow, excuse me. All right, so it didn't really give us. They have the same investor grade, but API 3 has a lower FTV by a lot. Let's actually compare the tech. Okay, so in terms of the tech, okay, it's giving us the description, not the actual metrics. Okay, didn't really give that. Anyway, all right, well, we'll do this manually. So if we go to API 3, so it's up 8.5%. It's in the buy. Trading wise, FTV 140 million, basically market cap under 100 million. If we go, valuation, fundamentals. Okay, I mean, if we compare API 3, current market dominance, kind of the same thing, 0.01%. If we think crypto is going to 5 trillion market cap long term, and it's currently at $1.14. Once again, I think bear case, we would see let's see. Yeah, bear case, I say we're looking at basically about $7. If it goes to 0.012% market dominance, then basically about a 7x. And if it goes to 0.04%, basically looking at about $23, about 23x. And then from there, the moon case, 0.8%, 400x. I don't think that's possible, right? Let's say if it goes to basically $470, right, and crypto stays at 5 trillion market cap, and it gains 0.8% market cap. Now, for perspective, I think we said, was it Solana? If I go back to Solana and the scenario analysis, if it gets the same market dominance, okay, sorry, my screen is blank. I cannot show what's going on here. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. If it goes to, basically, Solana is a top 10 coin, top 10 market cap coin. So if we're saying, what are we talking about? I lost my train of thought. The interruption. Let me close these tabs. Yeah, API 3. Can API 3 become a top 10 coin? If it does, let's say you believe that's going to happen, and market cap goes to 5 trillion for all of crypto, that basically means it's going to go to $470 essentially, which is a 400x return. Right? Is that possible? I mean, I don't really see it. I don't think. I mean, it's a good project, but I don't think it's that good. I mean, that's highly improbable, or not likely to happen. But obviously, if anything is possible in crypto, right? Now, are they going to be on DeFi Llama? API 3. Categories now. Oracle. Yeah, I mean, we're not really getting much here. I thought they used to have Oracle data, oracles. Okay, yeah, so we can actually look by number of protocols secured. You can then look at what is TVS, this total value staked. We got Chainlink with over 300. We got Pyth, I'm not even sure how I pronounce that. TWAP, internal DIA. So API 3 is number 14 with 4 protocols secured. So, and they have 9.7 million. Okay, so if we go to Chainlink is basically almost 13 billion. So based on this metric, API 3 is 19. So the 400x opportunity, I don't think is going to happen unless they completely change the game, right? If anything, I think they might go from 19 to maybe 10, maybe let's say top 10. They'll put them at DIA level, right? But basically, that's that. Okay, hold on, let me see something. Okay, looks like I did get something here. Yeah, but it's not really. So they're working with Quick Perps, Monty Swap, Mean Finance, and Shrike Perps. Yeah, I'm not saying the 400x, but if you like it, that's the moon case for that. All right, let's maybe do one last one, then we wrap things up. Okay, Bitcoin surpass. Yeah, let's not really cover Bitcoin. Bullish on Injective and Cosmos-based projects. Yes, very bullish. Avalanche development seems to be picking up more. So on the gaming side, where do you see it going? Will new L1s replace it? Actually, I'll do maybe two. Then we wrap things up. All right, two more price predictions. Okay, all right. So we've got Injective protocol. Where is this going to go? So let's do the same thing. We go to Token Metrics. Definitely make sure you create your free account. Now, to do the price, to do all of this, you have to have, I think, a premium account. So this is not part of the free account, but we do have a free trial for 1 week, and we also have a coupon, Token Metrics GPT, all caps, one word, which gets you 25% off. Okay, so currently in the buy zone, it's at $7.65. FDV is 765, so basically about the same, 100 million tokens. Good tokenomics, which is good. Now let's go to scenario analysis. So current dominance is 0.05%, right? So where it is now, so basically from $7.50, I think crypto goes to 5 trillion market cap by summer 2025. We're basically looking at the bear case. Let's say it goes to $47 because it is a pretty large project. Bucks would be the prediction, which is basically about a 7x. Or so. Now let's say it does even more, right? Let's say, because that market share would basically mean it goes from 0.05% to 0.07 or even 0.08. Basically, let's say like $50, right? It's going to $50. It's basically like a 7x, 8x actually. But let's say base case it does even better. It goes from 0.05 to 0.10. That's basically $63, which is basically what, like a 9x. Let's say you actually think it's going to do a lot more, right? Let's say base case is 0.26% market dominance. You're looking at $158 for Injective, right? That is basically going to give us, if I just do this quick math here. So let's say you it's not happening. Let's do $315 basically. 0.5% market dominance, right? I think that's more realistic. 40x. So all these numbers kind of stay the same depending on the FDV and the range, but we're looking basically at a 40x return as the moon case, and I think that's possible, right? If it goes there, right? We're looking at what FDV? That's basically over about 315 billion FDV. Is that adding up right? That would basically put it at top 10 market cap, 40x. But I think now if crypto does even more, obviously these numbers can change way more. But for perspective, I think that's reasonable. Now, if we actually compare, is there say network? Because basically all these DeFi app chains or DeFi L1 blockchains, say network is gonna, I think from a technology perspective, the top projects for DeFi L1s are Say Network. The last trade is at $800 million FTV in the private sector. Then you have it's a tie between Radix and Injective, right? So let me actually ask our chatbot here, Tokenomics GPT. I'll say compare Radix and Injective protocol. And let's see what it gives us. Okay, all right, so Radix investor grade 65%, Injective 73%, better Sortino ratio, and a lower FDV. So basically, our chatbot says Injective protocol appears to be a more promising option for long-term investing. Not financial advice, of course. Wow, it's really breaking this down. Okay. All right. But yeah, I mean, kind of the same thing I figured, right? And I'll tell you why, right? Technology-wise, they have the same code review, right? And if we, yeah, same code review, both scored 83% with our blockchain engineers, which is up on the research site. But FDV for Injective is under 800 million. Radix is over a billion, 1.2 billion. And then Say is 800 million. Now Say is doing some kind of launch pool on Binance. And I assume when they launch, it's going to be way bigger because tech is better and they have bigger backers. So I'm guessing, let's say network launches at 3 billion FTV, maybe even higher. Who knows, right? But I mean, Say network can be, although they're not here yet, right? If we go to, let's say a rising tide lifts all boats, and so let's say goes to, say it can be a top 10 product, FTV wise, right? So let's say that happens, and it's a top 20, definitely top 30, I think. But let's say now I don't have the tokenomics here, right? Basically, it's going to be on the Avalanche scale, right? We're looking at basically about 4 billion FTV. But in this case, we use market cap. But I don't think they'll really launch that high in terms of market cap, right? Because otherwise, where's Arbitrum? Arbitrum is 1.4 million based on the market cap. Optimism 1.1. So I'm thinking it's going to be more like, obviously, this will depend on the actual tokenomics, but I think it's a top 20 project FTV wise. So, but if that happens, right, because Radix is 1.2, and then you take that and they do well, right? So let's say does, let's say what, like 40x, then I think that everything else does 40x, right? And maybe out of all the three, I'm more bullish on Injective because the tech is pretty good and it's been in the market for a while and it's more undervalued, right? As our chatbot says. And historically, it's performed pretty well. Even in a bear, it's done pretty well, right? If we go to the actual performance, right, in the last 1 year, Radix is down 20% basically. If we go to Injective has done well in a bearish market. So I think in a bullish market, it will do even better, right? So 62% in the last 1 year. Since beginning of the year, right, went from $1.42 all the way to almost $9 basically. So almost a 9x in a bear. So in a bull market, imagine what it could do. So I think this is definitely one to watch. All right. The only thing I had, but the last one, which one was Avalanche? Where can Avalanche go? Honestly, I'm not really. I do have Avalanche. I have been staking Avalanche. I think they really have to find a way to get new developers, because if we go to developer report, let's actually see how they've done versus other competing L1s. Right, so Avalanche has lost almost 60% of the developers, right? 50% of devs in the last 1 year have left Avalanche. I mean, that's pretty bad. I mean, so basically, I mean, I think like after all those Olympus DAO forks, Time Wonderland, which I got wrecked on, unfortunately, they haven't really recovered, right? That was a huge rug pull. And they have about 70 full-time devs as of June 2023, compared to other blockchains, right? It's not really there. I mean, so how do they compete with all these other L1s, right? So they have to find ways to get developers on board. Because they really blew up last cycle. They did a 40x, but nowhere close to what Solana did. Solana did 1,000x return, right? So I think Avalanche was 40x, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But they become an EVM, getting Ethereum dApps on board. But now the space is more competitive. I don't see how the whole EVM narrative on Avalanche is going to do well when now we have Optimism and Arbitrum, right? So Avalanche needs more competition, or just has to find a better way to get developers, because just having EVM subnets is not going to get devs when they can launch an Arbitrum or Optimism or Polygon now with lower fees. So that alpha, that arbitrage is gone. Now, we did actually invest in a project that's building a Move DM, right? Because we think the Move ecosystem is going to do well. Move is very popular. It's a rising and trending language, kind of like Rust with Solana. So if we actually go to the big gainers, we've got Aztec, then we've got Sui, which is Move, over 400% growth in developers, full-time devs in the last 1 year. Same thing with Aptos, almost 200% growth in developers. So Move, or if I go to actually our TM Venture site, do we have it here? Actually, we do. We did add it here. It's a modular framework to build and deploy Move-based infrastructure applications and blockchains in any environment, right? So imagine having kind of like an L2, a modular L2. Imagine deploying Move programming. Imagine programming and Move on Avalanche subnets via their L2, or imagine programming and Move on Ethereum, right? So very, very interesting project. We'll likely do an interview with them probably sometime next month or close to September. This is actually their actual website. Let me pull it up. Yeah, movementlabs.xyz. Definitely keep an eye out on them. But I mean, we're bullish on the Move ecosystem just based on developers growing. Right? Obviously, it's nowhere close to Ethereum. We're not saying it's going to surpass Ethereum, but we think there's some potential alpha in that ecosystem if developers are gravitating there, right? So we got Sui, Aptos, Aztec protocol as well. I was skipping yourself because there's only 4 devs. Celestia as well. We got Radix here, 17. But anyway, we're talking about Avalanche, right? So going back here, they have to find a way to get devs. So we actually went to their conference in Barcelona. I think it was, what, 2 years ago? Yeah, about 2 years ago. And this was still in the bear market. Most devs there were building gaming projects. So I think that could be something. If gaming takes off, which we think it would, but we haven't really seen many gaming projects since then on Avalanche. But I mean, we definitely have to check the roadmap and see what they're doing. But I mean, they need growth. That's first and foremost, right? So back to your question, where is it going? So let's actually do a price prediction. All right, so let's go to Tokenmetrics and go to investor grade. It's currently in the buy. FTV is about 9 billion. Good tokenomics, although it's not really adding up here. Basically, we have about, yeah, it's not adding up here. About half the tokens are liquid. But let's go to scenario analysis. So it's currently 0.35% market dominance, right? If crypto is going to 5 trillion and it's currently at $12.42, let's say the bear case is because this is an L1 and it's already kind of done well. I think this can bounce back, right? So let's say it does that. I would say let's actually say it goes to 0.52%, right? So from $12 to $76, about 7x, I think is the bear case, right? So your $1 turns to $7 on Avalanche by summer 2025, if that's the peak of the bull run. Now let's say it really starts to take off, and L1s, when they take off, they go parabolic, as we saw with Solana, and how even Ethereum has done in the past. And because this Avalanche has only had one bull run cycle, let's say they have the second and they do it pretty well because they have a lot of capital. So let's say they just deploy that capital into projects, into funding with grants. So it goes from $12, let's say it goes to what, 102, 8x. But let's say it goes to 1.7%, which is actually reasonable. Actually, for comparison, what had 1.75% market share? Give me 1 second. Let me go back here. All right, so the other large cap we wanted to compare was, I think, was it XRP? So scenario analysis, XRP is actually 2.7% and it's fifth in market cap. Let's say Cardano, right? No, people love Cardano. All right, so if we go to investor grade scenario analysis, Cardano is 0.85%. So that's actually going to be a better comparison. Let me go back. I guess would it be? Yeah, so we can top 5, top 10. And and Avalanche right now is, it is top 20 market cap, right? So let's say like if it gains the market share, and we said what? We said if it goes to 1.75%, 255, that's like what, about a 20x? Let me do this quick math. Because these numbers typically end up being about the same. In terms of the ROI, if it's the same. Yeah, so actually, 20x. 20x for Avalanche, we're looking at basically 255. Now, the moon case, now let's say you think Avalanche is second coming of Christ, right? And you think this is going to surpass Ethereum, surpass Solana, because actually, let's compare this, right? Let's say you're the biggest bull for Avalanche, right? Like even Ethereum's market share is not anywhere close to that. It's like 19%, I believe. Yeah, 18% dominance. But let's say you think Avalanche is it. It's the next. It's going to flip Ethereum, maybe even Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin dominance, if we actually go to that right now, I want to kind of give all the perspectives. Bitcoin dominance is 46%, right? So is Avalanche going to go to 35%? Not likely, in my opinion, right? Because that would just be ridiculous. But if it goes to 500, that basically is a 40x. But let's say it does even more, right? Let's add an extra. Let's go goes to 1500. That's a 120x. Is that possible? You'd have to really, really be bullish on Avalanche, but I don't really see that happening now, right? Because yes, they do fit the narrative of cross-chain, multi-chain, but the space is very, very crowded. Developers are not there right now. So for me, I would keep it at 40x, maybe like 56, 60x if you're really bullish. All right, so that's the analysis. Let me see what else we have here. Let me check the comments. I think that Casper might have started a narrative. Yes, it did. Proof of work coins again. Fair launch, launching again, doing well. All right, yeah. So with that being said, gonna have to. Let's see here. There that we think can 100x. We'll leave it at that. That's the alpha. All right. That being said, thank you, everybody. Limit to the moon and beyond. Thank you, everybody. See you next week.